guys, it is Miss Alicia, and I am back with another video. I am a spiritual wellness mindset coach, and I help people who struggle with forgiveness and the negative impact of starting over. The last video I talked about acknowledging whether or not you have an issue with forgiveness or unforgiveness. You could be having some serious issues going on, and you don't know where it came from. You don't know why you feel the way you do. You could be sick and you could just be thinking, I'm just sick. But you don't know that it's tied to some feelings that you have or a slight that you may have experienced and you've suppressed it. So I talked about acknowledging that until you face it, until you acknowledge it, it will be there. And acknowledge means to accept or admit. So today I'm talking about exposure. The second phase is to expose it. So yeah, you could say, yeah, I know that I got an issue, but you won't deal with it, right? That's a big difference. Now you got to expose it. I'm not saying that you need to expose it with everybody else. This is about you. This is what's going on in your mind. And when you expose it and see it for what it really is, and to see how raw and uncut it is, then you'll be ready to do something about it. Now, again, this is not about other people. This is about you. Because there may be a time that you've tried to settle this and you weren't able to. And it may be something that happened so long ago. It's just, there's nothing else you can do about it. But it's still there in your mind. And so I'm here to let you know that I've been there. I may not have been through the things that you've been through, but I've been there. And at the end of the day, we all suffered maybe some rejection of the apology. Now, you might be the person that you say, you know what, Miss Alicia, I'm the one that did something, and it's bothering me. And I haven't acknowledged it. I've tried to bury it within, and I definitely haven't tried to expose it to myself. I don't want to see the raw and uncut. But guess what? Whatever you're going through, as far as maybe health issues or just not been happy since it happened, it's not going to go away. It's not going to go away until you address it, until you expose it, okay? You literally, it feels like you have to take the cap off and take a flashlight and say, let me see what's all going on up in here in my mind, because I need to shine the light on there and see what's really going on. You know what I'm saying? Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not a doctor or a behavioral specialist, but this is what I did, okay? I said what I did. I felt like I had to spiritually go within and see what was going on with me, why I was feeling this way. And when I started exposing within myself what I felt I was holding on to, and I saw how old that was, I had to let it go because it was attached to how I was feeling. So I want you guys to think about that today, okay? Exposure. I'm not saying go and check nobody. Oh, you know what? I've been doing some soul searching and I promise you that's not what this is about. I just want you to go within you. This is a you thing, you know? The things that we go through when nobody else is around. And we need to know how to settle within ourselves, how to deal with some things. Now, you might say, well, Miss Alicia, you don't understand. I've been through some serious stuff. And if I start thinking about it, or I start acknowledging things, exposing things, it's going to be some problems. That's not what this channel is about. And I know it's going to be hard to try to separate the two. But this is why things like this never get addressed. And nobody really wants to talk about it, because it's like a raw sore. It's like, if I take this Band-Aid off, I'm going to see that this stuff is still bleeding. I'm going to see that it's raw. But you know, I'm telling you that I was in what I was in for like 5 years. And it wasn't until I went on and acknowledged it and exposed it and saw it for what it was. And I refused to go another day forward that same way. Okay? I'm not saying that you have to forgive the person who did anything to you. This is not about them. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you. I want you to get better. Believe it or not, when we're going through things like that and we've been slighted or whatever, or we slighted somebody and we haven't been able to get past it, it does something to you. It blocks you. You can't be your greater self. You're not as, what's the word? You're not as authentic. You're just living. And I promise you, if you start working on yourself, which we all need to, you start working on yourself, you may feel a breakthrough. You may see some light. And that's my hope for you. So I would like for you guys to talk to each other in the comments, okay? You guys definitely will be helping each other. Keep it clean. Don't talk about anybody's names in here. That's not what this is about. But it's just to help each other, to talk about, hey, yeah, I do realize, I had to acknowledge that I had an issue with unforgiveness. And yeah, I think I need to expose it within myself so I can see what's really going on with me, because I do want to release some things, okay? So I'll talk to you soon. We're going to keep working on this book. Bye.